Hey, what is going on? Hope you guys have been doing well. Hope you guys have been enjoying all the videos I've been making. But this video has been overdue. I've wanted to do this video back in January, but I just could not find the time. But I want to talk about 2025. I know we're in 2026, but I want to recap on 2025 and just what I enjoyed about it and how was it per se. How was my recap of 2025? And honestly, I will tell you one thing about 2025. I think I grew a lot, especially on YouTube as a person and just in life in general. And I figured out a lot of things I need to do in my life and a lot of things I want to do on YouTube and just how to, I think the big thing I learned in 2025 that I remember I had it in 2020. And that was when I remember I was kicking off on YouTube. I wanted to I was going off. Like back then I used to be like, hey guys, what's going on YouTube? I used to be like the typical YouTuber, had the energy and everything. And I think right in 2020, I was going to start uploading a lot of videos, but work kicked up because, after COVID hit, a lot of people didn't want to work. Most people were getting unemployment, etc. You only get unemployment if you get fired. My job was not going to fire me because most people that I worked with were older. They didn't want to go to work, so they said, hey, we need people there. And understandable. I mean, like I said, older people, it was a big risk with COVID and stuff like that. So, I accepted it because, dude, it's money at the end of the day. And the hours I was getting and the cash that I was making was amazing. And I would still try to upload on YouTube. I think back then I tried, uploading at work. I would record a video at work, and I remember I was trying to do everything at the time. I was trying to get into Demon Slayer. I remember Demon Slayer was ending at that time too. I think Demon Slayer ended, the manga ended around that time. Also, I think it's Universe 2. I was trying to cover content on the scans and stuff like that, but to be honest, man, it wasn't really bringing me joy because I don't know, man. I feel like I was following what everyone else is doing. How everybody typically uploads a trailer to a game all the time, and that's cool and everything. I don't have any hate towards anyone that does that. I just didn't want to do that because personally, I feel like that content gets lazy when you're just uploading trailers over and over. Unless the company reaches out to them and tells them to re-upload that trailer, I really don't know. But as far as it goes, I couldn't really get into that. And for a minute, I kind of thought, you know what, I'll come back to YouTube. And that went on to a point where I did not come back to YouTube from 2020. I came back in 2021. And I think I was after that was when I made the Xenoverse 3 wishlist part 1, or mainly wishlist video I made. And at that time, that was my first ever time working on a video that was an hour long, So after that, I was just trying to see what I wanted to do. Again, I was taking long breaks because work was getting in the way. And then, after that, I was deciding whether I want to go back to school, etc. I mean, there was a lot of things that I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I wanted to do YouTube, but unfortunately, the way YouTube's algorithm worked, in the way that if you do something different, say if you're in a Xenoverse channel, you want to go do Dying Light, sometimes you might get a chance where it goes off. But then, since you're uploading Dying Light content and you want to go back to Xenoverse, it doesn't really work out that well because the way YouTube is that it doesn't really know what you want to do. And essentially, if you try to do different things, YouTube will punish you. Meaning that, especially if you're a small channel, YouTube will punish you. Well, they will make sure that video does not do well, or it doesn't get pushed around, or you have to do a lot more. I mean, I'm not saying I was the best editor, etc. I mean, honestly, I still am not to this day. I really am not the best editor. I'm still learning as I go. But I think one thing I loved about 2025 was from 2020, 2021, I've done a better job at editing. I've done a better job at some of the quality I do. I've done a better job with my thumbnails. I've done a better job of just not looking at other people's channels and being I wish my channel was like that, etc. I've done my part of trying to get away from that. I feel like that's one thing that kind of killed my joy at YouTube, was I'd always see a channel that did better than me, and they're less subscribers than me, or they have more than me, etc. I upload the same content, it didn't go off. It would suck when I would do that, because essentially when you do that, you're not helping yourself, because you're not going to want to upload. You're going to think it's useless, it's hopeless. But what I would say to people out there, and I learned in 2025, was that it takes time. It takes time to figure out what you want to do on YouTube. And I'm not saying YouTube is the full-on path, because like I said, this is something I love to do for fun. I don't even make money on YouTube, honestly. I've been demonetized 2 times already. So I'm trying to work my way back up to get my watch hours up to see if I can get monetized again. But honestly, even if I do, I still feel like I'll get demonetized again in the future, the way YouTube treats its creators sometimes. But I've learned that as long as you're having fun, as long as you're doing what you want to do, I promise you YouTube is a lot more fun. It's not going to be stressful. It's not going to be you have to upload this and that. The one thing I had learned in 2025 was that I don't need to upload everything. I don't have to do everything. I don't have to do, I don't have to upload the trailer when it comes out. I don't have to upload, when that new game comes out, I have to do it immediately. I don't have to do that. You know what I mean? Because back then, I learned that even in 2014, I think it was Infamous Second Son, and you had people like playing the game fast as shit. You had people spending $70 just to get the game early, right? A few days early, so they can upload on YouTube, get the revenue, etc., or whatever it was, right? And sometimes people would call the game short, but in reality, they basically just speed ran through the whole game. They didn't enjoy it. So like, I didn't want to do that for my content. I don't want to just upload everything like hella fast and then think like, oh damn, like okay, that's it. That's like, I keep doing that. That's just tiring. I cannot do that shit. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not gonna be uploading a bunch of trailers every time a new trailer comes out for a game I like, or this trailer might go off because, you know, it's a popular game, etc. I'll make a video on certain games. You know, it's kind of like the Grand Theft Auto 6 type of thing. I feel like most people with GTA 6, when GTA 6 got revealed, you saw channels like become real in 2026. No, 2025, I should say, in 2024, when, you know, GTA 6 got fully revealed around that time. You had channels coming out because of it. And most channels, they just do that one thing, but other channels, what they'll end up doing is that they'll have to, because since there's not much news on GTA 6 at the moment, like we've got whatever we got, right? There's not much coming out. Most of those channels will become trailer channels. Most channels will try to do everything and anything to see what works instead of like actually doing what they like. So I learned that as long as you do something you like and you still get through it, I mean, it doesn't matter at this point. I think one thing I accepted fully in 2025 is that I'm gonna have to take a risk, whether YouTube doesn't want to push a video out, whether YouTube is confused at what my content is or what type of games I want to cover, whatever the case might be. I mean, honestly, I wanted to get into My Hero Ultra Rumble, but it's kind of hard to do that. One thing I did get into was shorts, and I'm kind of stepping away from YouTube shorts because one thing I've learned from shorts is that there isn't much of an audience that you build off it with YouTube shorts. Like, you'll get thousands, maybe even millions, 100,000 of views. I mean, that's what I did when my channel started to pop off with Spark and Zero. I was starting to go off with shorts. I had shorts that had damn near 200, 500K views. I had to delete those because those are what got me demonetized. I was making edits for Dragon Ball Z. I was making edits for that, and I would use music sometimes. So, you know, that was a learning lesson right there. But one thing I learned about it was even when I would put a related video, not a good chunk of people would go and watch that video. You know what I mean? And the one thing I learned from shorts viewers that a lot of them don't got a lot of attention spans. A lot of them can only watch, like, if they go to a video, they can only watch like 1 minute to 2 minutes, at max 3 minutes, and that's not really like a good viewership. Like, you could see the drop off. Like, you could see when, like, I had a video where I had shorts like viewers going to it, and you could see specifically where shorts viewers, like, they can only watch like 40 seconds, maybe even like a minute. Like, at best they can get to 3 minutes. And I don't know if I want that as like an audience. I don't know if I want that to be my main thing. Like, yeah, it's cool, but dude, shorts can get tiring because I know there's short form content, right? But it's just, it gets repetitive when you have to keep on doing that. You'd rather do a video, because with the video you could probably garnish a good audience. You can get a good viewership off it, and you can get people watching it, and you have fun with it, you know? So I've been taking a break from shorts, and as of right now, I'm gonna probably just do that for a little while longer. I'll still upload shorts. I'll still do that every now and then if I feel like I want to do it. But right now, I think I want to focus mainly on just videos. But I learned that a lot in 2025, that, you know, it's better to just work on videos, because I feel like I enjoyed more when I was doing videos. Shorts, like, they're fun and they're cool, but to be honest, man, they just don't bring the best audience, I guess, if you want to say. Like, most of the audience that watch shorts, right, they'll watch it, but most of them aren't going to go watch a video. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of them have like that TikTok kind of brain. Most people on TikTok don't really have attention spans. If we're to be honest, like, a lot of people on TikTok don't watch anything more than a minute long, or at best 3 minutes to 4 minutes. Like, I don't see that on TikTok, you know? So I learned a lot in 2025. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about YouTube. I learned a lot about how to edit some certain things. Not the best, but still do my thing. I learned a lot about just, I don't know, I guess you could say people too, etc., whatever you might call it. You know, I could say 2025 definitely had a big impact on me, but in the positive way. There's always going to be moments when, you know, there's going to be some moments where, like, you feel down, etc., whatever it is, right? But I will say there was a lot of positives, and I hope that 2026, I mean, honestly, I know 2026 is going to be amazing, because at the end of the day, as long as you act on your actions for the positive and do what you should be doing, I promise you things get much more better, and things are a lot more better as they are. And I'm very excited for just the future of my channel. I don't know what I'm going to be I don't know how many subs I'll have. I mean, I did say back in early 2025 I was gonna hit. I think this is after I got demonetized. Like, you know what, I'm gonna hit 2,000 subs still. I don't care. I got complacent. Didn't really want to upload. I was kind of like, I hate YouTube now, this and that. I was starting to get in that point where I was starting to like resent YouTube. I was starting to look at other people's channels like, oh, they have this, they have that. I'm like, you know, like a little bit of like a jealousy mentality, I guess if you want to call it. But I wanted to get away from that because I remember I got away from it in 2020 because I was like just having fun. I remember the one thing I loved the most about YouTube was I was having fun. And now that I'm back to that, I'm happy what 2025 showed me and what I need to be doing. And I'm excited now for 2026 because I have a lot of videos I want to make. I want to make videos on certain topics, things I want to make, mainly gaming related. If anything, maybe some stuff on the outside of gaming, who knows. But as for live streaming, that was something I wanted to do in 2025, but I just never could do it because, you know, at the end of the day, live streaming just takes, I feel like because of my schedule, I wouldn't be able to make time for it. But I feel like in 2026, I want to make time for it. So we will see. But I want to know, guys, what was your favorite moment of 2025? What did you learn in 2025? How was 2025 for you? Let me know down below. I'll see you guys next time. Peace, and I appreciate each and every single one of you.